Hi, this is Rose from Bighorn Library. One of the programs that we do at the library is for adults, and it's called the Letter Writers Social Club. And the notion of it is to keep the art of the handwritten letter alive, because we think that's a wonderful thing. We love getting letters in the mail. And over the last year, we've done love letters and fan letters, holiday cards. But the one that generated the most excitement was bereavement letters. That might seem surprising to you, but the truth is most people are going to have to write a bereavement letter at some point in their lives, and it's not a skill that we've necessarily been taught. So after much discussion, we came up with some points that we think are important, and these are the suggestions in how to write a good bereavement letter. I would avoid sympathy cards unless you see one that you particularly like, but then you still need to include a note with it, because just signing the bottom of a card is not personal enough for a loss of this sort. Handwriting makes it far more personal, and even if your handwriting is not beautiful, I think it's important that these letters come in a handwritten format. And a letter in the mail is much greater comfort than an email or, heaven forbid, a note left on Facebook. Other things to avoid is including the phrase, "I know just how you feel," because the truth is you probably don't know just how this person feels. And I think it's more comforting to hear a phrase like, "When my mom died, it took a while for me to recover," or "When we lost John, this is what happened to me." Much better, more comforting than "I know just how you feel." Also, avoid quotes, unless it's a quote that you know for sure is going to be meaningful to the bereaved. She'd probably rather have your personal thoughts rather than a quote from someone famous. Try to write in a natural voice. This is a formal letter, of course, but if they can imagine you actually saying the things that they're reading, that'll be a far greater comfort to them. And it's okay to help you with that, to write a draft of the letter, to write a rough copy before you go for the final draft. If that helps you to be more natural, I think that's helpful. Be sure to use the name of the deceased in the body of the letter, and mention any qualities that you particularly admired about the deceased. Could be anything. Their sense of humor, how helpful they were. Give a specific offer of help. Just saying something like, "Call me anytime," or "If you need any help, let me know," is not really specific enough. Try to do something like saying, "If you need someone to walk the dog for a few weeks, I would be happy to do that." Or, "I know that the deceased always picked up the mail for you, and I could do that for a few weeks until you get back on your feet." Much more likely to be taken up on a specific offer of help than you are in something vague. Remind the bereaved of their own strengths. Maybe they have a strong faith. Maybe they have a good family supporting them. Just their own personal strength that you have. Remind them of that, because they're going to be feeling fragile right now. Share a memory of the deceased, especially one that brings a smile or illustrates a good quality. And I think it's lovely if you happen to know a small memory about the deceased that perhaps the person who is bereaved doesn't know. That would be lovely for them to read something that would bring another side to their person that they're missing so badly. And just remember that these letters are likely to be read and perhaps reread for years as a person gets over the loss of their loved one. It could be very, very helpful to them. And thank you very much for listening.